Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramagurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. In the new dispensation, Sharmiste and 1000 maids were the servant maids of Devayani. 2 months passed, and one day they again went to the same brook or the same stream of water, and they entertained themselves by playing in the water and cutting jokes and enjoying themselves in the beautiful environment. Devayani was sitting along with Sharmiste. Sharmiste, we now have to understand, is the servant maid. Both of them were sitting. Devayani was in full grandeur with all jewelry, very expensive clothes, with very attractive headgear and makeup, everything and whatnot. Sharmiste was also similarly like that, but on a much smaller scale, because she was a maid. It so happened King Yayati was again on the same grounds hunting. And he happened to see this bevy of beautiful young women, and he comes to Devayani, whom he did not recognize, and Devayani also did not recognize. And when the formal introduction between them happens, Devayani says, "Oh, you are King Yayati. Now I remember. Long back I had told you that you would be my husband. Now you please marry me." She again renews her request. King Yayati again refuses, saying that I do not want to marry. The reason being, again I repeat, of your father. I fear his curses. Devayani says, if you are only concerned about my father's curses, then I will ask my father to come here and give my hand to you in the marriage. Are you okay with it? So Yayati says, yes, I think that should be okay as long as I don't invite the curses of that sage. And servants are sent to call Shukracharya to the forest where Devayani and Sharmiste are presently camped. In the meantime, Yayati asks Devayani, who is this young lady besides you? Because at the back of his mind, he found Sharmiste more attractive than Devayani. Devayani replies, "Oh, she is a servant maid, don't worry much about her. In case I marry you, she and all the servants, 1000 servants will come and stay in your palace." Now, Yayati said, okay, he had a secret agenda in his mind. Okay, if I marry Devayani, maybe someday I could marry or get Sharmiste also. It was in his mind. And in the meantime, Shukracharya came to the forest and the conversation takes place between Devayani and Shukracharya, that is daughter and father. Daughter saying that I am interested in Yayati. And finally Shukracharya says, see, dharma is something, because you are a Brahmin girl, you, as per the Varna system practiced at that point of time, you are not supposed to marry a Kshatriya. But here you are insisting that you want to marry him. What should I do? Devayani says, I also know the Dharma Shastra. There are many cases from times immemorial where this Varna system was violated and men and women between the different Varna got married. The same is the case with me. What is preventing you, oh father? We have to recall that in an earlier episode, I have spoken about sage Kacha putting a curse on Devayani, saying that no Brahmin will marry her. Shukracharya remembers this curse, and now he convinces himself, because no other Brahmin will come and marry, it is better I give my daughter's hand in marriage to King Yayati, who was one of the greatest kings of Chandravamsha dynasty at that point of time. So he calls Yayati and he says, wholeheartedly I am giving my daughter in marriage to you, but there is one condition. You are marrying only Devayani. Along with her, Sharmiste and servant's maid will come. But don't ever cast your lustful eyes on anybody, particularly Sharmiste. The king says, okay, I agree your condition. And accordingly, after some time, the marriage takes place, and Devayani, Sharmiste and 1000 maids, they go and start living in the palace of King Yayati. Here, Yayati makes a separate building or an enclosure within the palace premises where Sharmiste and the servant maids will live. And the life goes on. Husband and wife live happily, Yayati and Devayani. And over a period of time, Devayani begets the son also by name Yadu. However, the king Yayati had a secret desire to have a physical union with Sharmiste. And it so happened one day when Devayani was not there in the palace, and when Yayati was just taking rounds around the palace, he happened to meet Sharmiste alone. Sharmiste, she comes and goes to the king and she says, as a subject of your kingdom, meaning as a citizen of your kingdom, O King Yayati, I have a request. Yayati asked, ask and I will grant it. And Sharmiste says, a king's duty is to fulfill the wishes of the citizens or subjects. Now, Devayani and myself are of the same age group. Devayani already begot one son. Whereas being in the same age group and we being earlier friends, I did not get any sons because I am not married so far. So, since you are my master's master, you are a master to me also. You are a husband to me also. So, let us have our physical union so that I will beget a son. Thereby, my womanhood is fulfilled. Procreation is the law of nature and I need to procreate. So, please help me to beget a son. Yayati, though secretly he desires her, he is again afraid of Shukracharya. Shukracharya was such a powerful sage. So he said, your reasoning appears okay, but still I cannot marry you directly, nor have physical union with you, which will enable you to get a son. Sorry, which I have given word to Shukracharya and I stand by my words. For which Sharmiste argues and quotes beautiful verses from Itihasa, from Shastras to justify her action. One among them being that for the larger good, a small lie to Shukracharya won't matter. Whatever the reasons advocated by Sharmiste, be it as it may, Yayati finally has physical union with her and she also begets a son. Years pass by, King Yayati is legally wedded in the eyes of the world to Devayani and he begets two sons as told earlier. Here illegally or through an affair with Sharmiste, he begets three sons, Drihyu, Anudrihyu and Puru, three sons through Sharmiste. This goes on for a few years without the knowledge of Devayani. Devayani notices the kids of Sharmiste, her servant maid, and asks her on a couple of times because three sons would have been born. She asks them, how did you get pregnant? What did you do? For which Sharmiste says, great sages passed by my way and I prayed them that I need to beget a son to fulfill my womanhood and they granted me that and accordingly I have got three sons. Sir, Devayani did not worry much. Okay, things were happening during those time wherein a sage or a hermit or a yogi just through by looks or just by physically touching a woman could get pregnant. Those were the times. We do not know how, we cannot question how. Suffice it to say that Devayani believed Sharmiste's words that the three kids which she had were the result of she getting pregnant by the blessings of some sages. One day, Devayani and King Yayati were taking a walk in the park And these three kids of Sharmiste, they were quite small kids, and they were just playing around, fooling around themselves in that park. And Devayani for the first time saw the kids of Sharmiste. Earlier she had never seen, because she is servant maid, no, so she did not go and see that. Such was her ego, Devayani's ego. When she saw the kids, she noticed a striking resemblance of the kids to King Yayati. And she did not talk to Yayati. She called those kids and she to ask them, who is your mother? Kids, they tell truth only. Unless they are very badly tutored to tell lies, they tell truth only. They blurted out, our mother is Sharmiste. Devayani got extremely wild. And she understood. She didn't even ask Yayati, she understood the entire thing. The secret affair running between this king, her husband, King Yayati, and her servant maid, Sharmiste. And she concluded then and there that these three kids are none other than my husband's sons only. She flew into a rage and she called her father Shukracharya. And she said, "Oh father, what did you say to my husband at the time of marriage? And see what he has done." Shukracharya was also very much enraged with this affair of King Yayati, and he put a curse on him, saying that because of your youth, your carnal desires are more, your lust is more. So henceforth, from this day, you lose your youthhood and become an old man. And the curse became effective immediately, and King Yayati became an old man. And he was very much upset. Yayati was so much upset that just when he was in the prime of life, when he was doing all dharmic activities, he was conquering so many kingdoms, he was doing good to all his subjects. Suddenly he became old with no strength to do anything. Then he goes and pleads to Shukracharya, saying that, "Oh Shukracharya, oh Guru, what I have done is wrong. But I have not gone there only for carnal desires. Because of Sharmiste's reasoning, quoting Dharma Shastras, I agreed to her." The sage was a little pacified, and he said, "Since I have put the curse and you have become an old man, there is only prayaschitta. There is only one way you can overcome that. What is that? One of your 5 sons, 2 sons of Devayani and 3 sons of Sharmiste, if they agree to take old age and give back their youthhood to you, then you will get back. Go." And the poor father, that is King Yayati, who had fathered 5 sons, he calls one after the other, eldest Yadu, then Turvasu, Druhyu, Anudruhyu. All the 4 uniformly say, "No, no father, I am not willing to give my youthhood to you. That is your headache. You have to experience, or you have to bear that old age. We are not going to do it." But the 5th son, that is Puru, he says, "Oh father, I understand your difficulty. You are doing such good deeds in the kingdom, and still so many other deeds have to be done. I give my youthhood to you." Accordingly, Puru became an old man, and King Yayati became a youth. That is, he became his former self. And it is said he lived for the next 1000 years, doing all the great good deeds. At the same time, legally he became a husband to both the women. He not only enjoyed the company of his 2 wives for the next 1000 years, but as I told a minute back, he did lot of rituals, he did lot of dharma, his subjects were very good, he looked after his kingdom very nicely, and subjects were very happy, he made lot of conquests. So now he lived this 1000 years very happily, but at the end of the 1000 years, his desires, his carnal desires, or his ambitions, or his lust, or his wants in daily life, be it biological, physiological, or physical needs, were not at all satisfied. He then realized that salvation or self-realization is the only way where I can satisfy my soul. These are all temporary, transitionary periods. And accordingly, he goes back to his youngest son Puru, and he says, "O Puru, none of the four sons were ready to give their youthhood to me, but you were kind enough to pass on that youthhood to me, and now I have enjoyed my life, and now I realize the illusionary nature of our wants. So please take back my youthhood, and you will become my heir and rule the kingdom." After this, King Yayati does great austerities, and it is said he ascends to heaven in his physical form only. He visits the various lokas, and he has a conversation with Indra about the administration in his kingdom, which is very elaborate, which we are not covering here. And now this Puru also became a very great administrator and a very great king. From King Yayati, the two branches of lineages, that is Pandavas and Kauravas, came into existence, which we will see later as the story goes. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye.